Hey friends, welcome to Mold Mending and Renee Rivera. So there are things that those of us with chronic illness and mold illness, we want or need. And one of those things is solutions. So today I'm coming with you with one solution of a easy way that you can begin your detoxing now that you have discovered you have mold illness. And the way that you can do that is through a detox Epsom salt bath. Yay! So these are great. These are actually one of the best known ways to leach or suck out heavy metals and toxins from the body through the skin. You look online, that's what it talks about, but it's through the skin being submerged. And the process of that is called, I had to look this up to learn all about it, but it's called reverse osmosis. So you're literally pulling toxins out of your body. The way to do that is your skin is a highly porous membrane and it absorbs minerals and then processes and pulls out salt from your body that also has the harmful toxins with it. It's almost like an exchange. So the other thing about Epsom salt is it's not actually a salt. Another thing I learned. So Epsom actually is the name of the place that this mineral was found in the 17th century. It was in England. There was an underground natural spring that was bubbling up this mineral. Then it was discovered. So that's why Epsom is part of the name. And then salt is actually a chemical structure that's not even salt. It looks and feels like it, but it's not. It actually is a combination of magnesium and sulfate reacting to oxygen, or mixed with oxygen, and create this salt form, this chemical structure. So when I'm talking about Epsom salt, you might know it by something like this, a bag like that. When you go to purchase this, a thing that you need to make sure that when you're going to do it as something that's going to be touching your body, you need to make sure it has the USP mark on its packaging. Okay, so USP, that means that it has been tested for human use. Okay, and that it's also approved by the FDA, which is the Food and Drug Association. The other thing you want to make sure that when you are purchasing it doesn't have to be this brand name, but when you are purchasing pure Epsom salt, your ingredients should be, it's called Epsom salt, but the ingredients should be magnesium and sulfate. So magnesium, it naturally helps your body in its functioning. It includes removing of toxins, relaxing your body. It helps loosen stiff joints. It helps lower the effects of adrenaline. I don't know if any of you, when your adrenaline is used, it should taper off at a certain time, but for some of us, it just keeps on going. So this can help with that. It also improves concentration as well as sleep. It produces serotonin, which is a mood elevating chemical, which is also important for many of us. So the sulfate, it strengthens your digestive tract walls. It makes toxin releasing easier. It helps flush out toxins, and toxins are harmful substances within your body. And it also helps absorb nutrients. Other benefits to include using this magnesium sulfate combo is it relaxes your body, loosens the stiff joints and muscle tension. I love this one. It reduces pain and swelling associated with inflammation. I know most of us with chronic illness has some sort of inflammation within and without on our body. That the magnesium helps to remove some of those toxins that are responsible for the exacerbation of the inflammation. I also mentioned it will help with sleep, but it actually can increase your amount of sleep. Woo-hoo. It also boosts your brain neurotransmitters, and it's responsible for inducing more sleep, reducing less. So induce sleep, reduce stress, and those that are suffering from mental and physical stress benefit when the magnesium levels in their body are being managed. I'm not talking about that today, but that is a benefit. So how do we use this? So you're going to grab your Epsom salt. I have found Epsom salt at the dollar store, pure Epsom salt, and that's $1 for a couple of usages, or Walmart or any kind of pharmacy. They will sell it usually in the first aid section, thereabouts. But you can purchase this. I found a 6-pound bag for under $5 at times. You can find it even at grocery stores as long as they have a pharmacy section. So you would then grab your salt. In order to use it, you would begin preparing a bath. So your bath, if you're going to do the full body submersion, other than your neck and up, you would begin running warm to hot water, as hot as you can handle, or what's comfortable to you. As you're running that water, make sure you plug your tub so it stays in, and then you will take 1 cup per bath. So 1 cup of your Epsom salt minerals. You will dump that while the water is pouring down into the tub. You dump your salts with the water pouring, and that will help disintegrate it quite quickly. If you are doing only a foot soak, you would need then, my suggestion would be a towel, a place to sit, and then a bin. Some use a 5-gallon bucket. Others use like a basin, a soaking basin, or one you would use to clean dishes, like a camp basin, for that foot soak. And so when it's a full bath, it's like a cup to 2 cups maximum. And for a foot soak, it would be anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 of a cup, and per 3 to 5 gallons of water. And also with the foot soak, it would be similar way. As you're running the water in, pour your salt, let it dissolve. If you're traveling your water to the basin already sitting on the floor, once your water's in, pour the salt, just fan your fingers, agitate it a little bit, and that will help dissolve it. Don't be concerned if you get into your tub or into your foot soak and you feel the granules, they'll eventually dissolve. Okay, so that's how to prepare it. Then you've got to get your feet into that basin. So that means no socks, no lotions. Get your feet in, begin the soak. If it's a body soak, you know, you're stripping, you're getting yourself in, and you're beginning that soak. You're not using any kind of shampoos, soaps, or lotions during this soak, because you do not want to inhibit the effectiveness of the 2 ingredients of the magnesium and sulfate. So it is suggested that you soak for 30 to 40 minutes, and especially do this right before bed because it can help you with your sleep, they suggest, okay? So if you can handle a 30 to 40 minute soak, full body, that first half, that first 20 minutes, what's happening while you're in that soak is that it's removing toxins from your systems and pulling it out into the water. And then the last 20 minutes, your body is then absorbing the healthy minerals through your skin, then into your body. Okay, now the same thing happens as effective if you're just doing your feet. Now, just a side note, you'll want to make sure that you're hydrated during the day. The day that you should always be hydrated, just saying. But when you are doing your Epsom salt detoxing, it's highly recommended that you're hydrated during the day and even during that soak time, because there is that osmosis going on, that reverse osmosis, and you want to make sure that that hydration continues to stay in your body to give you the energy to be able to work through this detox. So it's also suggested that it's 1 to 3 times a week that you do this. Okay, now this is just for adults that I'm giving the suggestion to. But I am not giving you medical advice, and I'm not telling you how to do it for children. Now, my personal story is I was excited because you could get it so cheap. You could start this detoxing immediately upon finding out what your chronic illness is, or finding out something's wrong with you. You can begin this soak, get some help. I was finding that the first time I did the soak, my body became depleted. I mean, it was severe. I think I stayed in the amount of time that was suggested, and actually couldn't do the amount of time suggested. I had to get out within 15 minutes because the pulling on my body, that leaching or sucking of toxins out, I was literally feeling this tingling and this weight pull, like just grabbing at my back and the under part of my legs. It was like almost as if rubber bands were attached to me to the bottom of the tub, and it was just pulling me towards the tub. It was kind of a wild feeling, but I'm an extremely sensitive person to many things. And I found out I was extremely sensitive to doing it this way. So I tried it a second time and found even with a little less amount being used, it was intense for my body. So I had to look for an alternative way to still do this detox, but what was more safer for me. Because the first way, it just depleted my energy. It was hard for me to get out of the tub then afterwards. It didn't work well with my body type. However, when I switched to doing it as a foot soak, woohoo, hallelujah, I found the right way. And I found what worked best for me. And I could be soaking for almost an hour versus before the full body was just too extreme for me. So you might want to test and see what is best scenario and location for you. It is as effective doing it with just your feet as it is with your full body. So I've read. Okay. So the benefits that I have found since doing it as well is there is a calming effect. All of these things I think are true. It does reduce the stress. It does increase the sleep. It does do an altering to that stress and helps with an inflammation. There's a soother about it. Even an extra bonus I'm going to throw in here is I have soaked my feet when the 2 times that I've been stung by a bee. For me, that bee venom seems to stick around for a week and more than that, and I'm just in pain for more than a week. And when I have found that I soak in the Epsom salt bath, my feet, it takes that pain away. So it definitely works on pain. It took inflammation away and it brought swelling down. And that was just with the bee sting. And I'm one that I will get the welt and it will last for a week. So that was fabulous help in that. Also find the other bonus is it's great for splinters. It helps to draw the splinter to the surface. So it's easier to grab with your tweezers or your little bitty needle to pull it. Other side thing is just the emotional and the mental that it helps by you just sitting still, being still. It helps you kind of gather your thoughts. It helps you emotionally just to be able to come back to peace. And I know that if you're soaking with your feet, your rest has already begun, or you're laying in that tub and your rest has already begun. But when you get out, after you've dried off, let there be a moment of rest even afterwards as well. And if you're not immediately going to sleep, continue your hydration so that you can keep that detoxing continuing in your body. Stay well. Bye.